waiting the last couple of pods to voice your opinion on Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. But the Baltimore Ravens 11-5 in 2020, currently sitting with $17 million in cap space. Probably the main topic of discussion right now is Lamar Jackson and that contract extension. We just saw what Dak got. Now, let's go ahead and try to construct the contract for Lamar Jackson.
First, I just have a question for the panel. Why is there so much hate against him? Like, what is he? What do you guys see that
I
you
don't
don't
hate
see
him.
a future in him?
I don't hate him.
Gore hates him.
I love him.
That's not me.
Why does
That's not me.
everybody always think I hate somebody when I critique them? This
No,
is what it
okay.
is.
Tell me.
I criticize. Here's my thing. I feel like Lamar Jackson's style of play is not going to be sustainable longevity wise. That's number one. Number two, he has not shown progression as a quarterback from year one to year two to year three. Those are my issues. Now, Baltimore Ravens fans, NFL fans complain saying, who we got to throw to? I look at it as unless they draft a receiver, I don't see a star wide receiver wanting to play in Baltimore based off of how the offense is constructed for Lamar Jackson. Because you got to think about it. As a former receiver, I did not play on a professional level. I just played at the high school level. I don't want to block for you 70% of the time. I want to go out there and catch passes. Also, when it comes down to contracts, there are incentives involved where you got to catch a certain amount of balls and a certain amount of touchdowns and all that stuff in that as well. So that's another thing. But I just the fact that I just do not see progression in Lamar Jackson's game. Like it just goes from read one, we're gonna try to make it to read two, and then we're just gonna take off. That's just what it is. What I see.
But you know what? That was my point. Maybe it's not him. Maybe it's the play calling. Maybe if he had a better offensive coordinator that would open up the playbook more, maybe that's what it is. Because he has talent. He's very talented. I think that if he had a better offensive coordinator, maybe his career would be better. That's just my opinion. So I'm sold on him. I like him. I think that he has great potential. He just need a better coach.
Here's the thing why I disagree with that. We can go back and we'll talk about the Buffalo Bills game because they had an opportunity to win the game. Probably that on that drive was probably the best drive throughout the whole playoffs that the Baltimore Ravens had. He threw a pick six. And then you can go back to the game against the Tennessee Titans, which they should have lost. On the first drive of the game, he threw an out route. Don't get me wrong, or what receiver that was. And he ended up cutting them short by like 3 or 4 yards. That ended up being a pick. So you just gotta like those are basic quarterback throws that you need to make, and he cannot make those throws unless it's like a seam route or a deep post to the tight end or a shallow cross where a receiver is coming underneath. I don't see Lamar Jackson making no other pass.
So he can't throw downfield, is what you're saying?
No.
All right.
I'm not rolling.
Now,
I'm not rolling with that analysis.
So get geared to his talent. Get to his talent. You know, get the receivers, get the play calling to help him. If he can't throw downfield, if that's the issue, then run those plays that way. You know, those post routes and all that. I think that he just needs a better offensive minded coach that can help him to his, geared to his talent.
But if you can't do that, then how are you going to?
If Kyle Shanahan was Lamar Jackson's coach, we'd be talking differently about Lamar Jackson. I'll say it like that, because when he runs a true West Coast offense, that's essentially what Lamar Jackson.
He runs a Lamar Jackson offense. That's what he.
Yes, he does.
Okay.
Yes,
Lamar
he does.
Jackson.
You know what? He runs it better than Greg Roman does. So if Lamar is one of those special talents where you got to buy all the way in with him, and they got to get an offensive coordinator that can highlight his talents. Because the whole run Lamar out the pistol all day long. I mean, the league caught up. The league caught up with that. So at a certain point, you got to diversify the offense, or you got to get him one main guy. Like, I don't know if Devin Duvernay is really
Wait, that ain't the number one guy.
So,
you got Hollywood over there.
He's not a number one guy. Hollywood's not a number one guy.
I didn't say he was, but
he's a deep threat guy.
He's a better guy though over Duvernay.
He's and I'm not saying he's only a deep threat guy, but that's his primary usage, right? Like, you got to define guys and roles. I think if Hollywood is your deep guy, that's a great role for him to play.
And listen, I got an idea. Yeah. Sorry, Shake. Just the Eagles are thinking about trading or giving away Zach Ertz. Zach Ertz on the Ravens. No, you don't think that would be good for him?
They already got Mark Andrews though, and Zach Ertz is, becoming a little long in the tooth. So to say.
Seasoned. He's becoming seasoned.
Yeah. He's on the Greg Olsen plan right now. He's on the phase out plan.
He on the Jimmy Graham. He on the Jimmy Graham.
About to get phased out.
Jimmy Graham.
Yeah. He on the Jimmy Graham.
About to get phased out.
Go ahead, Shake. Take a sip, man. Take a sip.
All right. Now, I did take a sip. And I'm going to quote my buddy Joe Pesci in that movie, My Cousin Vinny. Everything that guy said was bullshit. Let me tell you something. He did progress from his rookie year to his sophomore year. And saying he doesn't throw the deep ball. Remember the game opener in 2019, how he was hitting Marquise Brown with no issues? I don't care about the cornerback level. He did
versus the Dolphins.
Yes, he did prove that he could throw a deep pass.
Okay. Against the Dolphins.
Yes. So he has
Dolphins thrown where people were saying they need to swap the Dolphins out with Alabama.
It don't matter. He could throw the pass. That's unfortunate. You know what I mean?
If you're wide open, I can throw the pass.
Name one quarterback that could throw deep, that could make those passes with somebody covering them in a tight window. I'll wait.
That wasn't a tight window. They had like 5-10 yards of separation.
Name a quarterback that could make deep passes to a tight window to an average wide receiver.
Any quarterback.
Name one.
If you have Lamar Jackson's ability,
you're still not naming one.
I said anybody. You give me anybody.
The name you can't name. Name.
How about
Aaron Rodgers.
How about this? Robert Griffin III. How about that? Robert Griffin III.
And who was he throwing to?
It don't matter. If you're 10 yards open, you should be able to hit that receiver.
So he can throw deep passes.
No,
he can throw.
No,
yes, he can. Yes,
if you're butt naked, wide open,
he can throw. Let's not do that.
No, and everybody says that you're a hater because you go out of your way to take shots at Lamar Jackson every chance you get.
Nah, for the bay. Nah, for the bay. Nah, we don't care what you said. Nah, for the bay. Nah, for the bay. Nah, for the bay. Nah, we ain't hearing what you said. Nah, for the bay. Fire!